It's not hard to find the good life in South Florida. The sun, the sand, the beautiful women, and of course, the nightlife. Fresh off more than a decade in federal prison for racketeering, you might say South Philadelphia mob boss Joey Merlino has stepped in it.
He's all wound up in that lifestyle, but 11 years in a can in a 4x8 cell will make you daydream a lot.
The biggest one, nicest one on the block, of course, yeah.
So get one though.
The guy they called Skinny Joey is living fat these days. 20 months after leaving his prison cell, this is Joey's new home, a $400,000 three-story townhouse in Boca Raton. It's just a few minutes from the beach, the casinos, and the nightlife Joey missed during his time behind bars. Merlino drives a brand new Cadillac Escalade, owner unknown. Insiders say he visits all the hottest night spots in Boca and nearby Delray Beach.
He's all over Boca, establishing the fact that he's a celebrity gangster.
Trying to network, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Mike Russell, a retired New Jersey undercover organized crime investigator, has spent months watching Merlino make the rounds in South Florida. He thinks the local wise guys aren't too happy with Merlino's presence here.
He's trying to connect with whoever he can connect with and get something going here. He's striking out left and right, though.
Miami Herald investigative reporter Julie Brown wrote this front-page expose on Merlino a few weeks back. She says at least one high-ranking local mobster told her Merlino is not wanted here.
He's just going to have to tread probably pretty lightly and make sure he doesn't step on anybody's toes.
Mob sources say Joey left prison with a silver spoon in his mouth, using his mob connections inside the joint to get hooked up on the outside with some big-money locals. Sources say Joey's new friends don't mind doling out stacks of cash to hobnob with the storytelling former Dapper Don of Passyunk Avenue.
We kind of grew up hearing these stories and knowing about all the hits. But the people who have been down here, they don't come from Philadelphia, so this is all new territory for them.
Underworld sources in South Florida say Joey likes the local cigar bars with the luxury cars parked right outside. Some say he's been hitting the casino floor at the new Seminole Hard Rock Casino and partying at nightclubs like Passion on the casino grounds. One local businessman owns the home where Joey lives. Ever see Joey here?
When he first got out, yes.
Another helped put him to work when he was released from prison.
He's pretty well set up.
Somebody lined up these these free rides for the guy.
Sources tell Fox 29 Merlino celebrated his 50th birthday last March with a big invitation-only party at the exclusive Boca Beach Club resort that towers over downtown Boca Raton. Sources tell us the birthday bash was held in a 2-level suite on the 26th floor. Security's so tight here, even mob investigators had trouble doing surveillance. But getting the bulked-up wise guy to comment on all this is difficult these days. In fact, Joey wouldn't even open the front door when we went to see him recently. His Escalade sped off when we tried to pursue him.
Skinny Joey?
Days later, he surfaced in Los Angeles on TMZ, wisecracking his way through an on-camera paparazzi-like airport interview.
What's a good workout in a small cell?
Push-ups.
Push-ups.
From what I understand from the neighbors, there's a lot of loud Sinatra music played at the middle of the night.
Brown, a former Daily News reporter here in Philadelphia, says while working on her front-page splash on Merlino, the so-called mobster next door, it was clear Joey makes the neighbors nervous.
Needless to say, they were a little rattled.
Since the Miami Herald story, neighbors told us Joey had gone off the radar screen. He got the headline and went into hiding. But Joey still has the attention of law enforcement.
Some of the people he is associating with are you know, pretty, I'm sure the police are watching them.
You think he can run the mob in South Philly from here?
No, I don't think he could run the mob in South Philly, from South Philly, to be honest with you.
There's no sense of loyalty here. And I think he's going to have trouble with that. He better learn that right away because we really shouldn't trust anybody down here.
Merlino turned down several requests for an interview from Fox 29. The FBI in Miami also refused to be interviewed about Merlino. But just last week, Merlino came back to Philadelphia for the first time in more than a decade to attend his father's funeral. But that didn't stop him from hooking up with his old mob crew. We'll have more on that next Monday night on the 10 o'clock news. For Mob Talk, I'm Dave Schratweiser. We'll see you next week.